And we're back with another anime review, my lovely weebs and otakus. And this time it isn't a pervy fan service show, which I know has sort of been our thing on the channel lately, but it was never my intention to only do fan servicey stuff. Anyway, today's review is Asobi Asobase, one of the absolute funniest shows ever made and one I highly, highly recommend, with a solid 9 out of 10 score. Just to start out, if you like this or any of our other content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Asobi Asobase is a show from 2018 that you can stream on Crunchyroll. The show is about middle school girls who start a pastimers club to explore Japanese games and pastimes, though in reality they just goof off. To be honest, it took me a long time to actually watch it for the first time, because it has all sorts of red flags that really put me off at first. The phrase middle school girls is almost always a no-go for me because just gross. A club about pastimes is also just weird and unappealing. Plus, the art style is really simple and ugly and weird looking. I would always sort of gloss over it when trying to find something new to watch on Crunchyroll and always skip it. But then I watched it. I guess I was desperate or something, and almost immediately fell in love with it, and felt like a fool for avoiding it for so long. The description and promo art do a fairly terrible job of showcasing what the show is actually about. This is not a sweet and saccharine show about innocent middle school girls playing simple games. This is an absolutely insane, off-the-rails comedy that is ridiculously funny. You know how the best parts of Nichijou are really, really funny, but then the rest of that show is really, really boring? Well, Asobi Asobase is like all the funny parts of Nichijou cranked up to 11, but there isn't any boring stuff in between. It's all funny. Let me just lay out some scenarios for you. In the first episode, the girls set up a swimming pool in their club room, and some water leaks under the door into the hallway. A passing teacher notices the water, and in order to keep him from entering the room, the girls tell him that it's actually pee. And then the teacher proceeds to dip a finger in it and taste it, and is disappointed that it's just water. And that's just the first episode. Another episode features a Pokemon Go-like mobile game that uses the phone camera to see actual bacteria in the real world. The girls accidentally burned down a cafe due to poor fashion sense in another episode. And did you know that the ancient Japanese board game shogi actually involves shooting lasers out of your butt? Other plot lines involve an ongoing feud with the student council president, a cross-dressing boy attending their all-girls school, making friends with the weirdo in the occult research club, and a whole bunch more. Every episode is just ridiculously funny. And I know I said at the beginning that it isn't lewd, but it is a little lewd. In a sort of charming, sort of ignorant middle school girls learning about the world sort of way, though. Things like sex ed, bra shopping, boys love, and those kind of things. Always presented in a ridiculous and over-the-top way that is freaking hilarious. The show does a good job of subverting expectations right from the start, too. The intro is of a typical shoujo style of pastel colors and light music and shots of the girls doing normal cute girl things that give you a false sense of what the show is going to be. Then the ending theme is wild heavy metal with neon line art on a black background that is more along the lines of what the show actually is. It's absolutely brilliant. The artwork in the show also changes throughout episode, so it isn't always the simple, bland art that put me off initially, and instead is much more interesting visually than it seems at first glance. In the end, I love it. Asobi Asobase is one of the absolute funniest anime shows I have ever watched, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Everyone should watch it. And if you end up not liking it, well, we probably can't be friends then, sorry. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe.